So interesting thing. So I'm going to give you an example of my personal life. Okay. So recently, I don't know if you heard of Brian Nguyen. Brian Nguyen, I believe, is of Filipino origins and is a biological male. And Brian Nguyen decided, he felt like a woman and he decided, I'm going to transition, and transitioned into a woman. Now, I'm not going to sit here and describe the way this person looked, because I'll be called a body shamer, fat shamer, whatever.
You're fat. I don't want to be called a fat shamer, so it's fat.
You're a fatophobe. Anyways, long story short, this person did not meet any of the criteria that you would have to meet in order to even be eligible or qualified to be in a beauty pageant. Now, don't get me wrong, as Muslims, we're not for beauty pageants. We're not for the sexualization of women, nudity, and all that kind of stuff. But just to be objective here, in terms of, this is a beauty pageant with criterias for women to win. And the criterias are very strict, and a lot of them have to do with beauty.
Wow.
And this biological male transitioned into a woman who fits none of these criterias, won the beauty pageant.
Is he the overweight one?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw clips. Yeah,
pink dress,
really big. Yeah.
Big is an okay. Big boned, thick.
Oh, you're talking about his intelligence. It's gone a bit far. I thought I was going far.
This is a special episode.
It really is.
I see what you did there.
So I made a 7-second reaction to that video a few months ago. I said something very terrible. You know what I said? Nothing. I rolled my eyes.
We skip to the good part.
That was my reaction. I just did the messages that I received. Bigot, transphobe. I had organizations that I collaborate with that said, we do not want to work with you. We do not want to collaborate with you.
No
because
way.
You're a transphobe.
No way.
Recently, I had a Free Palestine organization in Canada that strictly speaks about Palestine. And they told me, you cannot speak on Palestine. You are not welcome as a speaker at our events.
Wow.
Because you're a transphobe. And until you unequivocally support the trans movement, whatever, you cannot speak on Palestine. Could you imagine telling a Palestinian that you cannot speak on Palestine, and furthermore, comparing genocide, ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, and apartheid to this?
The thing is, that argument can be made to some degree. However, if the person is guilty, culpable, the severity of language, okay, a case could be made. But somebody that just rolls their eyes without saying a single word, if you were at court and they were looking at a transcript, it would be blank because you didn't say anything. Look, for it to be classed as hate speech, there has to be speech.
That was hate movement.
You know what I mean? No, it's hate eyes. It becomes silly. It becomes preposterous, actually. An eye movement. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there. There's nothing of substance. For an organization, bro, to be doing that, it's despicable. You know what? They were a shame to Palestine, frankly. They're an embarrassment to the Palestinian cause. The fact that they would now say to somebody, it's really cheesing me off, to be honest, bro. I'm getting really cheesed off that we have people like this representing, like you said, genocide. These are people, forget words. These are people that are physically being violated, and for you to speak in that arena, you have to say that a woman can be a man and a man can be a woman with the penis, with this and with that. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Because with Palestine, mate, they haven't even said something like, have a backbone. How are you going to defend Palestine if you don't even have a backbone? Because you're going against Israel here. Like Israel, they have strong lobby groups. How are you going to go against them if you can't even tolerate a fellow speaker rolling his eyes on something that makes sense, mate? It makes sense to roll your eyes. In fact, I think you should have said something, frankly. But imagine if you said something, bro, they probably, I don't know what they would have done.
This was just over an eye roll. But furthermore, so later on, I don't know if you saw this video leak.
Elementary educators, this is where it happens, my friends. The more work we can do at the elementary level, breaking down the gender binary, getting rid of girls and boys.
And the truth is that we know that kids are coming out at younger and younger ages. We have kids as early as 2, 3 years of age. I always tell tenured teachers, you're going to have more longevity making change if you maybe play it a little safer.
These were LGBTQ community educators, and they were talking about we need to target 2 and 3 year olds, and we need to get rid of the gender binary. So they're openly talking about targeting minors. So I made a video about that.
Frankly, this is getting out of hand. They're literally targeting children.
And I said, you are targeting minors. This is illegal, essentially, without parental discussion and approval. This is illegal. You cannot do this. We cannot live in a society like this. And the amount of people, even people who are vocal speakers for Palestine, they said, and other like well-known people that follow me, they said, we are unfollowing you for your hate speech. You are a transphobe, you hate the trans community, and you are only using this to further your hate. I literally just said, this action is not allowed. They said, no, but you hate this community and you're just using this to further hate on a community that's already marginalized.
If a community is marginalized, that doesn't mean, I don't care what that community is, whether it's Muslims, whether it's black people, whoever it is, you start going after 3-year-olds and telling them or advocating for puberty blockers and transformative surgeries and hormone therapies and all this sort of stuff, you're messed up. Like that's a messed up thing to do. And for you to start saying, no, it's a marginalized, I don't care if it's a marginalized community, that doesn't justify you going after 3-year-old kids. Your marginalization is a separate issue. Here we're dealing with kids. Don't conflate the two. That's actually a very weak form of argumentation. It's actually a very weak form of argumentation.
It really is. It just means I have nothing left to say. I don't have anything to counter your point, so I'm just going to call you a transphobe and move on.